Hey there, this is a quick post for those of you that follow me on TikTok closely. And who's doing that these days? No one. My channel is dying, y'all. Um, I am a paraeducator, an ESP, they're called different things in different parts of the world, for high school special ed. And I thought I might drop a few ideas here and there on my planet for things that we're doing that work really well with the kids that might give some other people some ideas, especially in this time of the COVIDs. We're doing all remote learning, so it's all Zoom and breakout rooms, and things can get quite wild. I should have opened these up, but this is what I want to show you today. Obviously, it's not sponsored, because who would sponsor this mess? Other than the coldest water bottle, which I'm having a disaster of a time on my TikTok. You should go visit me over there before my account gets shut down for MLS. Anyway, all right, it's a little chaotic. These are blink cards, and Lord forbid if I figure out how to make this mirror so you can actually read the word blink. They're not very expensive. You can find them in a store, but they're on Amazon. I don't know, I think they're less than 10 bucks. And I just did my fingernails, so I'm going to run my manicure. That's such as it is. Isn't it beautiful? It's stunning. To show you guys what I do with these, and we do it in, actually I haven't done it yet in a Zoom game. I'm lying. Let me lie. But I came up with a way. I left these cards for all kinds of reasons. There's all kinds of ways you can play with them. The traditional game is really fun too. I can't remember how to play in their traditional way because we don't do that with our special needs kids. But it's something like you deal 3 cards face up in the center of the room, and then you deal out the rest of the remainder of the cards to however many people that you're playing. And it's a game of speed. And you match your cards, you discard the cards as rapidly as you can. So like you get dealt your cards and they're face down like this. This is your pile, right? And then everybody lifts their cards. So I would have to match either the moon shape, yellow, or 4 shapes. So there's 3 ways that these can be the same card for the discard, one of the 3 piles, either yellow, moon, or there's 4 symbols here. I'll give you another example. Well, let's give you something that's not that. Here, so there's lightning bolt. So either red, lightning bolt, or 2 symbols. So you rapidly do it, and if you get stuck holding this and it doesn't match, then somebody else playing the game will eventually put down something. So you'll either match the red, the symbol, or the number of objects in the card. So that's the traditional game, and it works really great for our kids to give the ones that are able to play in a traditional way. It gives them a break from having to taking turns, which I know is an IEP goal and whatever, but sometimes, like if you've done a round of like Uno or something like that where they've had to wait their turn, having something like this to stick to so it just dispels that energy is really helpful. But our kids, a lot of our kids don't have the capability of moving that rapidly, the slow processors and stuff. That's the majority of our kids. But we can still play this game, and I love this game. So you still 3 piles face up. By the way, I'll show you something in a minute that helps with Uno cards. And then they still get their pile of discards. But you can do all kinds of different things with these. Like on a Zoom call, you could hold up these cards, and I came up with a way that we could play this on Zoom, which would be, depending on how many kids you're playing with. If you're playing with just one, that's easy. You just walk them through. How are these the same? Can you tell me all the way these are the same? I might turn that for the more literal. So, you know, the kid could say the shapes are the same, right? And then you can go through the checkpoints of, like, can you tell me how they're different? Which would be the color and the number of the symbols on the card. But if you're playing with more than one kid, then you can go back and forth and award a point. So if it's like, let's say Ed's turn, you can say, Ed, it is your chance to tell me how these cards are the same. And if they said the shape is the same, then if Bob is the next turn, what kid is named Bob? If Bob is the next turn, then you could say, can you tell me another way that they are the same? And I already forgot. If there's not another way that they're the same, because we just have shape here, you could also prompt them, can you tell me a way that they're different? So Bob would tell you there's a number of symbols on here that are different. Okay, so they each get a point that way and go through. You can also make it like more challenging. Let me see here. Is that 3? Okay, so if we got these, boom. So if you have 2 cards where there isn't any the same, and the kid whose turn it is says, these are not the same. There's no way they are the same. They get 2 points because that's harder, right? So you can go through and do that. You can also make it so it's sort of like, here's another one where it would be, you know, hey, Ed, can you tell me if there's anything about these cards that are the same? And if they spot immediately or check, like you don't even have to put a time. If they just say, no, these aren't the same, because they're going to take a long time processing, you know, whether the shape, the color, or the number of items on the card are the same. And if they finally say they're not the same, they get the 2 points. But anyway, I love these cards. These cards are good for all kinds of cool things. Like, there's another one where the colors are the same, number of symbols are the same, but the symbols are different. So having that kid be observant after the 2 ways they're the same, they should get bonus points for pointing out, and we're done. There's no way that there are any more similarities between cards. So that might be fun, just to give it a thought. And I was going to show you one bonus thing. If you guys play Uno, we play Uno all the time in our classroom. And we play Face Up, by the way, where we have helps with kids. This one isn't from the dollar store, but you can find them at the dollar store. Oops, I'm sorry, I should have this more prepared. Good Lord, I'm throwing things around. Having something like this, so let me get the cards back out and I'll show you, is super helpful. I don't know if this one's going to work. I bought some at the dollar store that, with the compartments flying around here, are a little more open. But you have your face-up pile and your draw pile right here. So they're in a container and they don't slide around. Then you can have the person pass to the next person, and the cards can be right in front, so the person that's assisting them can have line of sight to be able to prompt them. So I know that's done, but this has really helped speed the game along, and you can really get the things right up to the kids too. Also, I have another thing I might show you guys down the line for how to teach next dollar that I came up with that have been pretty useful. So that's it. Just a little quick blink cards. It's a fun game for home too. I hate games. I'm not a game player. Don't mean it that way. Like, I'm just not one of those gamey kind of people. I might smell gamey sometimes, but I don't like to play games, but I love this game. I like Uno too. Just fast and you can talk and stuff. Okay, that be it. Bye.